Hey everyone, Jared Gaspy, your local real estate superhero here again. This is like my fourth time trying to record this one video, or at least about this one topic. Completely separate recordings, separate situations. For one reason or another, the videos just didn't feel right, and I think it's partly because I'm very animated whenever I'm doing these kind of videos, and I think I usually feel pretty comfortable staying in my strong suit of just being this really loud and happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and so trying to talk about stuff that's a little bit more serious, it's, I don't know, it's not in my normal wheelhouse of skills and techniques. And so, whenever it comes to things that are just outright serious, like talking about, the quarantine going on right now, stuff like that, I'm capable of toning down the ooh and stuff that I usually do. But, whenever it comes to just opening up a topic that's not super animated and it's not a topic that already exists out there, I tend to, I guess, fumble a little bit. But one way or another, we're going to be uploading this one. And so it's going up today. I don't care, how poorly it looks. I haven't done much with my hair or anything like that because, you know what? I'm just gonna go do it. What is the topic? For the most part, it's basically just something that I was thinking about a lot whenever, the quarantine started, and it was basically just how to benefit as a small business owner during a situation where everyone's locked inside. And especially in a business like mine, where it's very heavily a people business, it becomes very important that you keep that social interaction going on, and when the term being used is social distancing, it kind of makes that a little bit complicated. And ultimately, what I'm wanting to talk about doesn't always apply to every single business, doesn't always apply to every single small business, because some businesses just rely a lot less on people as, one-on-one interaction and in social interaction, and it more so revolves around merchandise being sold or things that need to be performed that don't necessarily require having an audience or having other people involved, things like that. Like, you can be in the service industry without having to be in a people-serving industry, and that's fun. And ultimately, this one doesn't help as much for you guys. But what I was wanting to talk about, one thing that's helped me a lot, given everything, is I am an introvert. So that's fun. And I've talked about it and I've touched on it a little bit in the past, but yeah, I'm very introverted. And I think one of the reasons why I do so well on camera is because, I am very comfortable doing a one-on-one kind of conversation. I think that being an introvert kind of helps with that, but it really hits hard whenever I'm in a big group setting. And, if it's a group setting where I have like one or two friends, I'm going to almost cling to those friends, and I'll push them to try to get me to go talk to people. Like, hey, who do you know? Can we go talk? Yeah, no, absolutely. You introduce me. I'll stand here. Like, and so I try and I force myself out of my comfort zone on a daily basis, which is important. But there are plenty of instances where, being in large social situations, I just don't talk to people all that much. And that's a really hard thing that I have to acknowledge about myself, and it's just something that I constantly have to work on a daily basis. Like I said, I try to push myself out of social norms, or at least my social norms, and get out of my comfort zone and out of this little bubble that I kind of create for myself so that way I can better myself, because it's hard to progress whenever you stay in your comfort zone. That's the downside of me being an introvert. But what people don't always realize, especially whenever you're as animated as I am, or whenever you work in a people-oriented business, usually extroverts flourish. And that's very true, and it's very fair. If you're extroverted and you get just raws out of yourself and your energy gets pumped every time you're talking to someone new, and going into group settings are perfect because obviously you get to talk to more people, which is what's giving you the energy to go and want to talk to more people. That's just a huge cycle of winning. And so people tend to think of being introverted as a huge downside and just this issue that you have to work past. And I don't see it like that. And so being in the quarantine, where the term being thrown around is social distance, and make sure that you have good social distancing, practice social distancing, stay healthy and practice social distancing, all of that, it's made the question very apparent of like, how do you survive in a people industry whenever you're not allowed to be around people? And I think being an introvert has helped me a lot. And I think it's because one thing that I've just been doing, and I've kind of brought this up in some videos in the past, and I think it's important to bring up again, is I just like to check in on people. And especially with everything going on right now, my big thing is I like to just go and say, hey, you know, I haven't talked to you in about a month, or I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks. How are you doing? How's everything going? How are you holding up? Some people I have talked to several times. There are some people that I just haven't talked to at all because I'm working my way through a list of, you know, friends that I've got. And sometimes, you know, it's one of those, some people will be going through so much that you get preoccupied with them. And that's rough. But moral of the story, or point of the story, is I've been going out of my way, and I do it regularly, to just talk to people. And it's not go talk to people like go knock on a door and say, hey, have you ever thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? My name's Jared Regasby, your local real estate superhero. No, it's just, hey, Jake, how are you doing? Like, I haven't talked to you in a while. I know that things are kind of weird going on right now, and I want to make sure that you're doing okay and making it through it. 99% of the time, you have a pretty decent conversation, and 0% of the time do I initiate the conversation about real estate, because that's not the purpose of the call. And I think that's where it can get dangerous, is, you know, the fear of like, well, I need to keep my business alive, so how do I keep my business oriented? And I can't tell you how many times I meet new people or I talk to new people, God forbid, on Facebook, and their first thing is, hey, you know, just want to talk to you really quick because have you heard about the amazing product that we're selling right now and that we partnered with Verizon in order to give you $12 off every month on your monthly phone bill? And it's like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. But the thing is that the way I talk to people is I basically try to ask about them as much as I can. And the reason why I do that basically boils down to the fact that, one, it's a lot easier to have people talk about themselves than me have to come up with conversation. You know, there are things that people really enjoy talking about. God forbid you have a dog, because then that's all you're going to talk about for a while. And I've got you on lock and I'm good, and as long as nothing bad is happening in your life, then I can say, okay, I talked to Brittany, she's doing all right, her dog is still adorable, and I'm going to go make sure that everyone else is okay. Cool. And that's fantastic. And 99% of the time, that's all the conversation is making sure that Brittany's okay. Or Brittany's dog. I care more about Brittany's dog. But point is that whenever it comes to a situation like that, there is the 1% of the time where they actually bring up real estate. And I make it very obvious that I am in real estate just because of the fact that I upload videos like this. I talk about listings that I've got, open houses that I'm doing, buyers that I'm showing properties to, or the fact that I just got something into escrow, things like that. I talk about it a lot, how the market's doing. And that makes people recognize the fact that I am a real estate agent. But I don't tell you verbatim, hey, you know, do you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And I actually have, you know, a good chunk of people who come to me for that. And it's people that, you know, just recognize the fact that I'm good at what I do and recognize the fact that I am a source of information in situations like this. And so it becomes a matter of, well, let's go ask Jared, because Jared cares enough to give us a realistic answer. Jared cares enough to not try to beat around the bush. Jared's not going to try to solicit us for business. Jared's not going to try to pressure us to work with him. And Jared is someone who just out of the blue asked how my dog was last week. And so that's a strength that I think comes heavily from being an introvert, is that in a big group setting, I'm still going to try to find a couple of people to talk to. And I'm not going to go around the entire room of hundreds of people and say hi to everyone, here's my card, or hi everyone, how are you? And that's sad, because that means that there's 90 people that I'm probably not going to talk to out of the 100. But the 10 people that I do talk to get my undivided 100% attention, and I'm going to make sure that they leave that night knowing that I'm someone that they can trust and someone that they care about, or that cares about them. And so I think that's where my strength lies. And again, I'm getting into the whole like super serious, oh, you know, let's be real here kind of situation, and the video is getting a little bit more of a serious tone, and I don't like that because I'm weird, and it just, whatever. Point is, I think that it's good to know your strengths. And I think that right now, more than ever, it's important to just go out there and want to check on people. And so if people want to know why I'm still getting business right now, if people want to know why I'm still getting deals into escrow, if people want to know why my business hasn't suffered a whole lot, it's because my business was never based off of a commission, and my business was never based off of trying to get clients. It's based off of trying to get friends. So go out there and find what kind of strengths you have, because you may not be an introvert, you may be an extrovert. You may not be the most handsome person in the world. Not everyone can look like me. You may not be the smartest person in the world. I'm not the smartest person in the world. The point is that you need to know your strengths, and you fight like hell to those. Don't dwell on what you're not good at. Focus on what you are good at. Find the things that you're really talented at, and then get tunnel vision on that. Whether you're a business owner or an employee, whether you don't know what you want to do, or whether or not you already know what you want to do and you just don't know how to start, fight to your strengths. We all got them. Some of us have better talents than others. Some people are more inherently gifted than others. Some people just inherently work harder than others. They're all strengths. And you've got them, I've got them, everyone does. So we need to fight to that. And so one of my strengths is that I'm an introvert. And I'm proud of that. And so, again, getting into the super serious stuff, and I'm not okay with that, so we're moving on. Point is, fight to your strengths, be an introvert, and be proud of that if you are. Thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you later, and like I said, I'm uploading this one way or the other anyway, so haha, bye!